Um, okay, so if everything
Look at
looks
him.
good
He's
on
worried. He's real worried, actually.
no, no.
Hello and welcome back to the Sprues Brews painting stream. It's great to be back online. I'm joined by Matt. Hello, Matt.
Hello, hello. How are we doing?
We've also got a super special guest. It's Dallas from Atomic Mass Games. Hello, Dallas.
Hello. What's up? How are you all today?
Really good. Yeah, really good. Really
Really
good
good?
to have you on. So it's a bit of an Atomic Mass special, I think, tonight, isn't it, Matt?
It is, yeah. Obviously, we had mini extravaganza just a couple of weeks ago, and all sorts of cool stuff announced there, which I'm sure we'll be chatting to Dallas about. I've also got the contents of the new Empire starter set on my desk as well, so going to be painting up some
Uh-oh.
stormtroopers.
You can never be the good guys, can you, Matt? You can never be the
Can't
good guys.
I can't be the
No.
good guys. No, no.
Well, luckily, I've got a I never get to actually paint on these painting streams, so I'm too busy talking and looking at and the chats and stuff. But I do actually have a model with me to paint if I get the chance to. But I'll show that off shortly. So I'm just gonna bring that over there. So yeah, well, I think we should start by getting Dallas to introduce yourself, sir. Who are you and where are you from?
Where am I from? Oh no. Oh, this is deep. You're gonna ask me like, what's my perfect date? March 17th. Not too hot. It's not too cold. My name is Dallas Kemp. I'm the creative director at Atomic Mass Games. And what that really means is all I do is I kind of I don't like to use the word like what's a word? I don't like to use many words. Oversee like the 3D sculpting, the 2D art, miniature painting, video uh, design, and shooting and all that stuff, and concepting. Like, so anything really that has to do with the miniature and anything that has to do with 2D art is kind of like my purview and what I do work on and the team that I have that helps me do that.
Amazing. That's really, really cool.
And
Um,
I'm from Washington,
ah, very cool.
Seattle, Washington. That's where I'm at.
Nice, nice. I have to say, I'm guessing you're in the company studio there.
Now this is my house.
Ah, right. That is a really impressive hobby setup you've got going on in the background there. Very cool.
I mean, do this all day long, and so like this is my desk that I work from, and yeah, I got some built-in shelves with like a big collection of the painted miniatures. There's also like painted miniatures over there, and over there, and over there, and over there, and then there's unpainted miniatures. You know where the unpainted miniatures are.
There's always unpaid
There's always
miniatures, isn't
unpaid
there?
miniatures.
They're
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah. My conservatory is currently full of them because I had to have a bit of a move around in the house and I had to get rid of where I was hiding my piles of shame or piles of potential as it should be
All
called.
the potential. Thank
Yeah,
you.
so I've got to sort through all of it. So there's I've accumulated so much of it. So
That's
yeah.
part of the fun.
So I think we'll
Fun is,
let. Oh, sorry.
I don't know. I'm just saying the fun is collecting them.
Yeah,
It is.
absolutely, absolutely. I think we should before we kind of get really stuck into this stream this evening, we should find out what you both do because you both clearly are doing some hobby, which is great to see. I'm gonna pick on you first, Matt. What are you busy painting there?
So I've got some stormtroopers here. So before stream, I've given them a quick spray of Wraithbone, then I've gone over them in Trooper White by Tooth and Coats, and then these guys are going to be from Tatooine. It's going to be super weathered, super dirty. They're not going to be clean white Stormtrooper armor straight off the production plant. So I've kind of hit them with a 50-50 kind of brown sepia wash, and then thinned that down 50% contrast medium. Gone over the whole lot, so that kind of just goes into the recesses and kind of stains it a little bit.
Nice.
So now I'm on the really, probably the entire stream, doing all the little black bits of kind of fabric underneath the armour, and then the idea then will be to kind of build up the armour panel so you've still got that kind of weathering in the recesses, and hopefully they look alright. I want to do a lot of chipping and kind of mucky bits on them, because these guys, the armour's not getting much maintenance out on Tatooine, is it?
No, I don't think it will be. No, I don't think so. I'm looking forward to seeing what you do with them. You do like your kind of grittier paint style, so should be really good once you've got those finished. Dallas, are you allowed to tell us what you're up to? What's on your painting desk?
I'm also painting something white today. I'm actually painting some Sentinels,
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Yes.
and I'm going to go with a white color scheme on these.
Okay.
White
And then
Sentinels, cool.
and instead of being all mucky and gross, which I love as well, my stormtroopers are actually black armored stormtroopers for
Oh,
Legion.
nice.
Oh, okay.
And they're real grungy and chipped up and battered because I love that look. For these, I'm going to go sleek and as clean as possible.
Oh, cool.
Very nice. Very nice. I have got something here myself. I don't think I'm going to get much chance to paint him, but whilst Matt is covering the Empire for us, I'm the good guy in this scenario. So I've actually gone for the Rebel Alliance. So I've actually got with me here, I don't know how well you'll be able to see him, but I've got Luke Skywalker, which is very, very cool. I've nearly got the entire contents of the starter box built. I think I've got like 2 Wookiees left to build, I think. But my days, those boxes are fantastic value, aren't they? They're just really, really good, and they're a great way into the hobby. Do you have a particular favourite, Dallas, when it comes to those starter sets for Legion?
I mean, I've been waiting for those hard plastic stormtroopers forever. Like that. So I was super excited about that box, just because the hard plastic stormtroopers. Just I wanted to start an Empire Army from the very beginning, and I was just like hard plastic stormtroopers, baby. That's what I wanted. So that's the one I was the most excited about. But I think all of them are super cool. I love the clone one. I mean, I have a clone army and an Empire Army, and I have a very small amount of CIS.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't started Rebels yet, but someday something will come out that'll make me go
Yes.
for the Rebels.
Gotta do it.
Must be dangerous for you, because obviously you see it a bit before us. Is that a hard thing? Like, yeah, in 18 months I'll start this army when that cool thing comes out.
Well, not even 18. We start concepting like 2 years out, and like that's what I do. It's like part of my job is I concept usually with one of our art directors, Preston Stone. We work together and do the concepting. So like all the poses and stuff. Like we actually have a little meeting on Fridays where we get together and we just draw on poses. So like I'm seeing stuff like 2 years,
Nice.
2 years, and like you're drawing the poses. You draw like 6 poses, and you're just like, that's the one I want to see. Like in 2 years. So
Excellent.
is it hard? I don't know. Like the hard part is actually whenever I talk to people and they come up to me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, that new Luke Skywalker," and I'm like, "Did we show that? Like that was 2 years ago. I don't remember what we showed them."
Yeah, it does. I mean, we're very blessed that we sometimes get to see stuff early, don't we, Matt? And it's kind of hard sometimes to be like, are we allowed to talk about that yet? I can't remember. Luckily, we've got a calendar to keep us on track, to make sure we don't mention things. Just want to say hello to we Gale Gabbert.
Gaily Gadabout. It's
Um,
Angeli.
welcome to the stream. If you're watching, you can join along on YouTube. Do say hello. It'll be great to hear from you. It'd be great to hear from you if you're also hobbying. So let us know what you're up to. Maybe you're painting some Warhammer. Maybe you're painting something from Atomic Mass Games. Let us know and chat along with us. Obviously, we are going to move on to the new reveals soon. We're going to have a quick chat about those with Dallas. But I think from when I've spoken to people about the Star Wars games that you do, people get a little bit confused between Shatterpoint and Legion. So for those who maybe haven't played either yet, what is Legion and what is Shatterpoint?
Legion is definitely your more traditional war game that you would think about from like a war game perspective if you've been in wargaming for a long time. Um, and the new edition, even more so, I think it's you got your commander and you got a couple um, operatives, and you got like lots and lots and lots of troops, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, with the CIS can do like 120 B1s or something in an army. Um, Not that many stormtroopers or clone troopers, obviously, but it's your mass battle, right? You got vehicles, you got supported by troops, you got some artillery, you got some fun stuff. And Shatterpoint is more your we always talked about when we started developing Shatterpoint is like the Saturday morning high action cartoon, right?
Yeah.
It's the a couple of people. You only have like maybe 4 5. There's even some squads that are 3 miniatures per side, or 8 per squad, and you got 2 squads, so you got 8 miniatures. But it's like your high action. There's no vehicles. It's more about the individuals. It's not about the
Mm-hmm.
big mass supported infantry with ground battles style war game. So skirmish versus army scale
Yeah.
is really the difference. Mechanically, very very different as well.
Yeah.
Like very mechanically different.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. The other product, obviously, that we're going to be talking about this evening, which you're quite famous for now, is your miniatures from Marvel Crisis Protocol, which what originally drew me to you as a studio, because I love me some Marvel. I probably love Marvel more than in fact, there's no doubt, I love Marvel more than I love Star Wars. Controversial maybe, but it's true, I do. And that's what kind of originally drew me to your studio, because seeing these amazing Marvel characters in plastic, especially the new stuff you're putting out, I mean, they're absolutely incredible. So yeah, they're the first miniatures I've kind of built and painted by Atomic Mass, and that's kind of along the same kind of small skirmish like Shatterpoint, isn't it? I know it's a bit of a different game, but that scale.
Yeah, I mean, mechanically very different as well, right? I mean, it's, like all games have objectives, so you have objectives to achieve in Shatterpoint, you have objectives to achieve in Marvel Crisis Protocol, but very mechanically different, and it's all about the superheroes. Once again, I'm a superhero fan too. Like, I got piles of comics under my feet. I have, we actually have a little closet that's supposed to be for a washer and dryer, and it's actually just full of comic boxes. Like, just stuff full of comic boxes. Someday we'll put a washer and dryer in there. Who knows?
No need. It's got a better use.
Yeah, the comics are way cooler than a washer and dryer. But so, and I grew up on comics. Like, I started collecting and reading comics in 88, 89, something like that, like a long time ago. And the goal of Marvel Crisis Protocol is to capture those heroic moments, to capture that, in that game you get to throw dumpsters at people's heads. Like,
What more could you want?
it's just ridiculous
Yeah.
and fun.
Yeah,
And I'm
absolutely.
playing Sentinels. Like, what more can I ask for?
Absolutely. Matt, I know you've probably painted a lot more Marvel than I have, and I think you've played more games than me as well. What's been your kind of personal experience with Crisis Protocol?
I mean, like Dallas, it does capture kind of like the feelings of the comics, doesn't it? You've got your affiliations, but the way kind of list construction works, it kind of makes it feel like the comics. You know, you've got superheroes that are in these various teams, aren't they, in the comics, and you can kind of replicate that if you wanted to have, I don't know, the Avengers with Thanos in there for reasons. You can do that, which is cool. You know, it lets you kind of recreate those cool moments from the comics. I mean, I've been painting up. I like all the cosmic stuff, so I've been working on the Guardians of the Galaxy. I see Adam Warlock's on the way, so super excited about that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I don't have my Adam Warlock built, because I'm excited to paint him as well. I think the miniature is super, super cool. But like what you're touching on is the interesting part. Like as a comic book nerd, we all sit around, right? And like the classic discussion, like, oh, what if the Blob meets the Juggernaut, right? The unstoppable force, the immovable object. Or like, oh no, Wolverine could totally beat, X whoever, right? Like those discussions. And also with that is like those what ifs. Like those what if comics were so cool back in the day. I like the cartoon show as well. But like that, like what if Thor was teamed up with Spider-Man? What would that be like? And the game Crisis Protocol allows you to put Thor on the same team as Spider-Man and get some abilities and share that in that narrative storytelling that we all like to do anyways. It allows you to be part of that narrative and tell your Marvel story, which is exciting to me, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the models are really cool as well. If you've kind of only painted like Warhammer scale models, Crisis Protocol, they're much bigger models. So from a kind of a painting and kind of hobby side of things, I mean, even if you didn't play the game and you were just a bit of a comic book nerd, they're fun to paint up, aren't they?
Yeah. In comics, like have such clean designs, right? Like you're talking about something literally designed for an artist to draw how many times in a month, right? Like you have a 30 or a 27-page comic book, they got to draw that character on every panel or 27 pages every single month. So the designs are typically, and let's not talk about the 90s and the pouches, like just I'd pass that part. Like typically designs are nice and super clean. And so from a miniature design perspective, that's been very interesting to work on is to take these like super clean designs and think about like, for me, when we're concepting them, I'm always thinking about like from the painter's perspective.
Yeah.
Because I started in the industry as a studio painter, right? Like painting miniatures 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, as a job. So I'm constantly thinking about what is it like for the end user? What is it like for the hobbyist? What is it like for the person who wants to paint for the game? What's it like for the person who wants to paint for a competition? What's it like?
Yeah.
Like, so,
Yeah.
and taking these designs and making them work in measure and like getting able to paint them, like it's like, well, I need to paint this thing red and blue, and I don't have to get out like, oh, he's got 18 pouches and there's a chicken on his backpack and a frying pan, and he's got the comlink antenna with a hat and goggles, and there's like a weird thing poking out of the goggles that they need to be painted a different color, and that's like a whole new recipe. Like it's like, no, these are like red and blue, right? It's like it's so satisfying. Like I can paint them, you can paint them a little faster, a little looser, a little quicker.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. Hello to Summer Dittons. Welcome to the stream. Do let us know if you're watching and hobbying along, and let us know what you're up to or what you've got coming to your painting desk soon. Especially if you're doing any Atomic Mass games. Do let us know if you're delving into maybe one of the new Legion box sets, or maybe you've got a back catalogue of Crisis Protocol or Shatterpoint that you're going to be working on. I think we should talk about the recent stuff that we've seen. How do you pronounce it? Mini Stravaganza. What you'll find out, Dallas, is I'm rubbish at pronunciations. I've only got worse as I've got older. But we're going to talk about all the cool new stuff. I mean, where do we start, Matt? Where do we start? Help me out here. Should we start
with Marvel Crisis then?
Yeah, that's a good segue, isn't it? Of course. Okay. So, Dallas, what did we see that was that stuck out for you from the recent reveals for Marvel Crisis Protocol?
I mean, selfishly, what stuck out? Or
yeah.
Selfishly, I'm all about the orb. Like, I like. I think some of the other. So Schick has been on a lot of podcasts lately, and he was telling the story. And so you might have heard this story. Sorry if I'm repeating the story.
No, 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 it's
But
fine.
like he sends out a pack, right? And he's just like, okay, so we're doing this like spooky boy pack, right? Like, and he's like, what do you think? He's like Black Heart, like, and I'm just like, the orb? And he's like, wait, what? And I'm like, orb, Ghost Rider number 10, first appearance. Like, let's go. And so I really was just all about I think that that's the fun of comic books is like these designs like Modoc, right? What medium can Modoc exist in and make sense?
Yeah.
Comics. Like it's like to me it's like the pinnacle of comic design. This is like that's what comics allows you to do is just be like so out there with a visual design and language and storytelling and do these really fun, cool things and powerful stories that mean a lot as well, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Just a different topic altogether. But like, I just love the orb, Lockhart, and that Jack O' Lantern pack that we previewed. Man, all those miniatures is like so cool. Um, Obviously, Nimrod. I'm a big X-Men orc. So getting to build Nimrod as a miniature, right, is just
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's so
That's cool.
cool.
super, super rad. At miniature for the Ironmonger, y'all,
Mm,
That is my
y'all
favorite
aren't
from the
ready for it,
reveals.
right? It's so
Yes.
sick. It's just so sick. He's gigantic too. Like
really?
he's just chunky, right? He just eats that 65 millimeter base up.
65 mil, but wow, cool.
He was my pick of everything. I mean, there was loads of cool stuff, but like he immediately, I need him in my Marvel Crisis Protocol collection. I've been meaning to pick up the Hulkbuster, but I think
Yeah, yeah.
I think the Ironmonger is my new favorite massive Marvel mini. I'm gonna have to pick him up first. I think when he gets when I can get my hands on him. Matt, did you have a particular model that you liked from those reveals?
I mean, there's an unorthodox one, but I'm a terrain kind of guy, and that Dark Dimension terrain with all the kind of so you say it kind of captures the comic book. How like comic book like does this like with all kind of gribbly tentacles coming out and grabbing stuff?
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Matt's talking my language.
There you
Matt's
go.
talking my language. Terrain is the unsung character in all miniature games,
Yeah.
right? It's like when you walk into a game store or like a tournament or you go to like somewhere like Adepticon or Gen Con or somewhere and you walk into that game hall, the very first thing you see is those rows of tables. You see the terrain, right?
Yeah.
You see these buildings and volcanoes and crazy like pylons into like the dark dimension or whatever, right? You're just like, what is going on? And you walk over and then you see, oh, there's an army on there. There's characters on there. And it's so unique and there's nothing like it in any other game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Card games. I love card games. I love board games. I love video games. I love all kinds of games. But like, there's nothing quite like miniature games from that. Like, well, first off, you got to build them and paint them, right? What do that you get to be part of it. You get to be part of the storytelling. You get to be part of the instruction, and you get to put your personal touch in there, right? You could paint the same Captain America, red, white, and blue, but mine's gonna have my personal touch, and yours gonna have your personal
Yeah,
touch.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Oh, have we lost Dallas?
We'll fill the dead air while Dallas
Yeah, hopefully
yeah.
reconnects. I mean, I totally agree. Obviously, when he comes back, I think it obviously leans itself into skirmish. Obviously, these sort of really nice terrain pieces, you really make the most of them in those games. Now, in particular, Marvel, because your superheroes, you're throwing cars around and stuff.
What is it? You've got what exists in Marvel Crisis that you haven't maybe got in other miniatures games is the interactivity with that terrain as well, where you can pick up a car and throw it at somebody.
Yeah.
It's very, very cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm all over that the cosmic packs here. So Adam Warlock, Moondragon, and Quasar looks amazing, as is Valkyrie and the Warriors 3.
Yep. Yep.
Absolutely going to have to add them to my Asgardian force.
Yep. Definitely. I'm more of a fan like the True Avengers. Like, I like all the Guardian stuff and, you know, the X-Men and things, but True Avenger, Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk. That's my bag. Apologies, just trying to get Dallas back in. What I might just have to quickly do is just jump to a bit of a holding screen just while we try and get Dallas back on. So hopefully we won't be long. Just bear with us and we'll see if we can get him back. Be right back.
Because we mentioned the dark dimension. It's because we mentioned the dark dimension. Paul Maru's trying to intervene here. Yeah, we have. We have. So I'm currently, if we get this guy up here, putting in the black kind of bit between the armor panels, which there's a lot of. So currently working through all the models, trying to get those in. Once that's done, we can then start building up the different textures and stuff on there, getting those armor panels on, get the guns and stuff painted. So yeah, that is the plan anyway. Have you managed to get any paint on Luke yet, Dave? Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. That'd be cool. What I mean, talking to those starter boxes, how did you find them? I mean, we're talking sub £100 price point for a 600 point army. Now, when you think a kind of a normal size Legion army is 1,000 points, you get a lot of stuff in there, and you actually get. We built up the boxes. Atomic Master Games very kindly sent them over along with some of the heroes, and I think we had about 700, 800 points worth of stuff in those boxes. And obviously, that's a very kind of specific army, isn't it? You probably want to add some more bits in there. But as a kind of a starter box, that's way more impressive than the old ones that they did with the two forces in the box. And I think we might have Dallas back with us.
Can you hear me? Oh man, this is terrible. You know what? I don't know what's going on. I switched to my phone. Can you hear me?
Absolutely, yeah, yeah, we can.
We're doing it on my phone.
There we go. We are going indie on this one. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give up on y'all.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us back. We were just having a little chat about the Star Wars Legion starter boxes while you were away, and how they for a sub £100 price point for a 600 point army. That's a cracking deal to kind of get started in the game.
I mean, I agree. And that's what they were designed to do, right? Is like to
Hmm.
be a good entry point for people and get them started into the world of Legion, or maybe they're already part of the world of Legion and they need to expand or want to expand, or just want the new mentors or whatever your flavor is. Get
Yeah,
stuck
no,
in and get going.
no, it's Yeah, I mean, because I started playing Legion back in the Fantasy Flight games where we had those not as good, very plasticky, soft figures. Now, the current hard plastic stuff is just phenomenal. Like the Stormtroopers, for example, getting all the weapon options on there. So you get 11 guys in the box because you might want either of the two weapons. So they give you the options for both of them. So it's not a choice that, oh, do I build, this weapon or that weapon? I mean, is that Dallas? Is that something that kind of you guys want to do to give players the options to kind of switch between games then on like weapon loadouts and the like?
Yeah, I'm a player too, and so we think about that kind of stuff. And trust me, like the engineering team will totally appreciate hearing your compliments. And I'll make sure to pass it if they're not listening. I think some of them are listening right now, actually. Um, but we definitely think about the end user, and we think about how the miniature goes together. And like that's always been our goal, is to make the best darn miniatures that we can make, and hopefully in the world. So we spend a lot of time and care with a very highly skilled team of engineers and sculptors that are the ones that like actually take those miniatures and break them down and turn them into the hard plastic kits that you get. Some things are a little trickier, and they're gonna like sometimes small bits. Like if you built Star-Lord, right? You said you like Guardians of the Galaxy. Star-Lord's head is like in multiple parts. It's a little bit trickier to build, but that's because the design, right? We don't have the we work with IPs and we work with partners that actually create those IPs, right? We're not creating a new IP. If I was creating the IP, maybe I would design the head different, so I wouldn't have to cut it into four, right? But that's Star-Lord's head. I have to be able to take that side off, and the way hard plastic works, it has zero tolerance in a two-part mold, right? So like the molds have to slide back, and so you can't go in behind the face mask and put all that gribble in there.
Yeah.
Right. So we had to cut that off, right? So, but when we don't have to do that, we don't, right? Those are all decisions that we have to strategically make and be smart about. But we do try to make it easy with, chunky big keys, really tight seams, right? We get test shots and we go through multiple test versions, and we put them together and we send notes to the engineering team in the factory, and we tighten up those seams, or we make those fits a little better. We make that key a little tighter, or maybe that key needs to be a little looser. So we work very closely to make sure that the miniatures are the best experience that you can have from a hobbyist and the end user perspective. Mm-hmm. Important. That's an important conversation. And like once again, like the engineering team is the ones that actually make those instructions, and they agonize over making sure like if we put up an instruction in like the part, like people we might see a social media post and be like, it's not real clear how that arm fits on there, like they're like, we could have, like they think about how those parts are lined up and how to show the best way. And being online does a few things, and I love talking about this stuff. So I'm actually glad you're talking about it, because these are kind of questions that I can answer. Like if you're like, you see that the stormtroopers got a red dice and a white dice, and I'm like, I don't know why we did that. Like, I'm an art guy, but like this stuff is the stuff I love talking about. But first off, is on a screen you can zoom in, right?
Yeah.
I can make that image really, really big, and it stays nice and crisp, as you said, right? But then secondly, we can fix them, right? If we mess up a step or it's not super clear, we can actually go back and revise that hypothetically, right?
Yeah.
And then like just the production timelines and the way the production like schedule works, going to print sometimes like stuff is going to print before the engineering is finalized. So it's actually, you're going to get more. We used to put the print ones in there and you could actually have not as accurate build instructions.
Yeah.
So this lets us have the most accurate and hypothetically, if some, like I know we had like some parts misnumbered, like we could just go right in and we could just fix those part numbers, right? It's just, that's just, it's updatable and it's live and it's more usable long term for everybody. Yeah, I mean, I think, Schick has always said that, we're not in the business of selling cards. We're in the business of selling miniatures, right? It's important. I mean, and it's not that you can go and look at the Legion rulebook and look at the MCP rulebook and look at you can just, those are just free rulebooks. Like our rulebooks are just free. Like if you, we put, we put like quick guides and rule books in the starter boxes, like because it's starter box. You need like a little jumping up part. But the rules are free online. You can just go and download the rules and play the game right there. And it's very important. And also it's fixable, right? Like we missed this clarifying point, right? So the devs will go in and they'll update it, right? They can live update that and everybody has all the information at the same time and all the exact same information. And it's important, right? It's the benefits of technology, right? And I think it's smart to capitalize on it myself.
Yeah.
So I've actually, sorry to jump in. I've just had a message to say that we've not been able to, people haven't been able to hear us for the last few moments. So hopefully you can hear us now, which is a bit of a nightmare. So apologies for that. It looks like we've got a few technical issues as well, but hopefully.
So anyway, what I was saying in 2029.
So yeah, we're doing well on this stream, aren't we? For Nurglings and Dark Forces at work. So hopefully you can hear us. But we were just chatting at length then about Legion, and obviously about the assembly guides, how nicely the miniatures go together, how the instructions are digital, so you can view them on your phones and stuff. They're really crisp, they're really high definition. As Dallas said, you have to take my word for it. You can zoom in and kind of look at detail where the parts go. You've got all your rule books on there as well. So if you're watching this stream and you're interested in Legion or Crisis Protocol or Shatterpoint, you can just go on the Atomic Mass Games website and check out those rule books. And obviously from there on, you can start collecting the miniatures and start picking up some of the boxes, including the brand new Legion starter sets, of which Matt is currently very busy working on the Stormtroopers for.
They're really cool Stormtroopers as well. Like I said earlier, that I previously painted some of the old soft plastic ones, and these just being so sharp. I mean, I guess contrast paints are a thing now, Dallas. Is that something you kind of keep in mind for miniatures now that people have got these kind of tools in their arsenal?
Absolutely. I mean, and I try everything, right? Like I get my hands on all kinds of different paints. I try them all out. And the, contrast style of paint is very popular. It's a really interesting and great tool. And several companies are, doing that kind of stuff. And they're basically like they kind of work like a traditional wash, just they're a little thicker, so they stick on the upper surfaces a little bit more than a traditional wash. They're interesting, and you want to, once again, like when you're designing, like making sure like inset lines are nice and deep for those washes to grab a hold of, right? Or just wide enough for that brush to like zip right through to put a dark line inside those inset lines. You want those things to be raised just ever so right. Like that, like a panel should be raised just a little bit more, because then the dry brush will catch the lip a little bit better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those are all things that we think about, and maybe not necessarily actively in your head, but it's always in the back of your head while you're looking at a miniature and you're thinking about a miniature. Like, how is this? Once again, it goes back to the end user, right? Which is the hobbyist.
Yeah.
Us, me. I'm an end user as well. How's it going to be like? What's my experience going to be like? Am I going to have success? Am I going to be able to paint it really fast, or can I take my time and make it look really slick? Well, depending on my choice, right? I always ask the miniature, what is the destiny of this miniature?
Mm-hmm.
Destiny for this miniature is get it on the tabletop. Destiny of this miniature over here is a competition, right?
Yeah.
So the approach is different, but the miniature, when you're designing it, needs to be accessible to both those people. And so we do think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we should, before all the technical issues, we were actually talking about the recent reveals, and we were covering some of the Marvel ones. I think we probably covered the majority. I mean, there are some there that we did discuss. I mean, for some reason, we didn't mention Onslaught, who is an incredible new miniature. He's an incredible new miniature. And of course, we've got the Red Hulk, She-Hulk as well. I've actually, I think I've moved it, but I did have an undercoated Hulk, but I think I've moved him off my desk during the move. I'm looking forward to getting some paint on him. I'm just trying to find the right shade of green.
I was waiting for you to tell me that you're like, I was taking my Immortal Hulk and I was going to paint him red, and I'm like, Red Hulk is coming.
Yeah.
In fact, Valkyrie, the Warriors 3, like, what do you think of that Valkyrie miniature, right?
Yes.
Like,
So cool. I mean, that is such a cool mod. How big is she? We're not talking like what's his name? Wrathy kind of size.
I think, if I remember right, she's on a 65mm base, right? So yeah, like Malekith, like ish, right? And
cool.
She's got the rainbow bridge coming down, and like we like to play with like kind of like the philosophy of like how that works. So like the rainbow bridge is like crashing and tearing up the streets, and she's riding in just like, like here to like just save the day. And those wings are just super, super, super pretty. I just love the wings on that miniature.
Yeah, they're really, really nice. Oh man, I need to hurry up and get some more Crisis Protocol painted. We'll move on to we'll move on to some more Star Wars flavored reveals, and I think we've been talking quite a lot about Legion, so I think it's quite right that we turn on to Legion next. If my second screen will behave itself, here we go. So Matt, you're obviously a big fan of the bad guys, the Empire.
I am. And I'm a big fan of the Thrawn trilogy as well. So seeing my boy Grand Admiral Thrawn coming in miniature form is very exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, I think it's the new Han Solo and Luke models on there. Tauntauns, that's it. It's how poor I am at my Star Wars. It's not that my Star Wars knowledge is poor. It's just my pronunciation and remembering words is poor. They're incredible models. I was saying to Matt while you were off stream, Dallas, that I've got like a shopping list of stuff that I want to add to my Rebel Alliance. I think the Sleeper Cell is my next purchase. I'm definitely getting them next, and I really want to pick up Boba Fett. But then I'm probably going to be maybe looking at some of this new stuff to pick up. I mean, from what you revealed from Legion, what was your kind of standout mini? From a selfish point of view, of course.
From a selfish point of view, that new the Darth Vader we showed in the not Echo Base Defense Blizzard Force.
Yes.
Box. That new Vader may have build options that you haven't seen.
Ooh.
And and it is my favorite thing right now. It is I do love that Vader and the new Leia that we showed as well. So
these new boxes are like I guess more, what's the best way to describe it? More kind of specific forces to a theme, but Hoth Attack's a very cool theme, isn't it? So you kind of double down on all that kind of stuff.
Everybody really thinks about Hoth, right? Like it's kind of like, it doesn't matter how old you are. Like Hoth is like that moment where it's kind of like that first big ground battle that you see in Star Wars, right? And I think it really sticks in everybody's head. And also, like for me, I mean, New Hope came out a year after I was born. And even though my parents took me to the theater and I saw it when I was like 1.5 or whatever, like, I don't remember that, but I remember Empire Strikes Back as a kid. And so I think it just sticks in your head and you're just like, and plus the act. You're like, what?
Yeah.
How are they going to overcome this? And then my favorite character, Maximilian Veers, just saying maximum firepower is just my favorite thing. So it just sticks in your head. But yeah, they're like little battle forces, right? They're little themey things that go together.
Cool. Yeah. And I'm right in thinking they're kind of WoW stocks last kind of boxes compared to the kind of mainline starter set boxes that have just come out.
What do you mean?
So are they going to be like a permanent kind of range item where, if somebody wants to go more kind of Hoth themed one, they can pick up that battle box at any point, or?
I think they are special edition. Yeah.
Okay.
So they are a little more special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess probably more based at kind of existing players as well compared to the starter boxes. It's kind of more.
Yeah.
On a theme, isn't it?
On a theme, yeah.
That's cool. I mean, I'm currently looking at Hondo and his pirates. It looks so cool, and the little speeder tank as well.
Well, for me, Matt, I mean, oh, sorry, Dallas.
No, go ahead.
The most dangerous thing about hobbies such as this is, like, I'm currently working on Rebel Alliance. I mean, I've only just started, but I'm working on Rebel Alliance, and I'm already thinking, when should I buy that Separatist Alliance leaders box and the starter set? Probably in the next few months, to be honest, because I like me some robots. Matt knows I like me some robots, so I've got to make sure I get my Rebel Alliance stuff painted first. But I might have to pick up that leaders of the Separatist Alliance because they look absolutely mint.
Well, I did spy.
What's that Grand Admiral Trench? There's a spider in there. Like, look at that guy. He's so angry.
And I did spy the tank's coming back, isn't it? Is that a new sculpt of the tank, Dallas?
Which tank?
The droid one. I forget what it's called with the big turrets.
Oh, the AA5?
Yes.
I think that's just the repackage.
Okay.
Like, so updated packaging. That thing is in hard plastic, so that's the updated packaging to show more the second edition, right? I thought you were talking about the Honda or the WLO.
Oh, I mean that's amazing. That thing.
I'm always like, just like, can we have a battle force that takes like 6 of these, guys? Like, hook me up, like 6 of these, right?
They do look amazing.
Very,
They're
very
so cool looking.
I'm sure that'd be popular. A very piratey battle force.
Yeah, I think it would.
I mean, everybody loves Hondo. He's very popular in the studio.
Very cool.
Him and Cad Bane.
Yeah.
Cad Bane, yeah.
I just want to watch some Star Wars now. If it wasn't a time of filming this, nearly 10 o'clock, I'd go and stick a Star Wars film on. But no, I'll have to wait until I'm building some more Wookiees to do that, I think.
Put it on Star Wars watch party. Let's go.
Yeah, so some really, really nice stuff on there. And obviously this is only the beginning, right? I'd be cheeky not to ask that. I'm guessing there's loads of really cool Legion stuff on the horizon.
There is, I mean, yeah, that's always the goal, right? Is, like I said, you guys, you get to see what's new and out, and I get the some say the satisfaction, but also the curse of having to wait for 2 years, like we were talking earlier.
Yeah.
And everything that you see new is things that we've already been like, we could do better. Like, we got to really push it.
But there's you like this. Wait till you see what's coming.
Yeah. Oh, just you wait. Yeah. There's
Yeah.
always that, like, what more can we do with the games? What more can we do from a manager perspective, right? Like, I get a lot of compliments on the. I see a lot of compliments on the Moon Dragon miniature from Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Yeah.
He's like floating in that energy ball. And like, well, that is a direct line to like miniatures like Scarlet Witch and Storm, right?
Yeah.
Is those sort of philosophies and like, what can we do with the material? What can we do as a miniature and just design? What can we do? And they just keep going, right? It's like, well, what else can we do? Oh, we can do that. That means we can do this now, right? So you just kind of level up. And that's what we're always trying to do in life, is always that level up, get better than we were yesterday.
Yeah.
So we take that very seriously from a sculpting, painting, engineering, game design, graphic design, everybody on the team, development. It's always like, how do we do better? How do we push to that next step or that next plateau as these games grow and mature and take us places that we weren't expecting, but also, push in places it wasn't expecting, right?
Yeah.
So definitely more on the horizon. More, Adepticon's just around the corner. Don't worry. Like, Adepticon's gonna.
Don't tell me that. I'm gonna have to get these.
Definitely cool stuff coming.
I'm gonna have to get the stuff I've got painted before Adepticon, aren't I? For fear of jumping into another force. I'm already bordering on collecting the Separatists. So, yeah, very, very excited.
Okay, how can you be on the fence on Separatists? Do you see Grievous in the wheel bike?
Oh
He's so
my
cool,
god!
isn't he?
Like,
Yes.
seriously. How do you say? Hey, hold on. Let me help.
You're not helping me, Dallas. You're not helping me.
You're helping him empty his
How do you
wallet.
say no to this?
Amazing.
Look at him.
Oh man, that's so cool.
It's so cool. Hang on, you want to see the units? Like, look at the units. I got the units. You get the BXs just
Oh
running
my
along,
days.
just leaping. Hang on, we got what else we got here? What's in this? What's behind it? Magna Guard on the wheel bikes.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Like, how can you say no? It's so sick.
Yeah, I think I know what I'm getting in the new year.
Yeah, see, there you
Yes.
go. We won him over.
Yeah, absolutely. Just what it wasn't. revealed. But one thing I did want to talk about Legion, which maybe we should have talked about earlier on when we were kind of covering the starter sets and things, is you've done customizable generals for the major factions, and I wanted to give these a shout out because I love models. Like I love myself a monopose model. Don't get me wrong, but I love models that you can customize and you can kind of go, which arm should I give him, what weapon loadout should I give him, to make him your own unique general on the battlefield. And you've done that, and obviously they're really easy to assemble. I know, Matt, when we were talking about it, you were saying how much fun you had trying to choose what your Imperial officer had.
I guess the cool thing with Legion as well, your upgrades are really defined by your card, so you can just go to town with building whatever looks cool on the miniature, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you see yourselves doing more of that kind of thing with Future Legion stuff?
Yeah, I think that there's so much possibility there. And, like we go back to that conversation where I was totally on a monologue and I totally got just going on and on about terrain being the unsung character of miniature games. And then my computer got turned off. So I totally think Dev shut me down because they're like, dude, we're tired of your conversation. Or maybe it was Schick. He was just like, oh, here he goes with the terrain conversation again. I was sabotaged. But like, once again, with a game like Legion, you have this like big army, and and many games give you those characters that don't have a name that you can kind of put yourself. They're like avatars, right, for you, or an exemplar. They're like sort of a soft projection of you on the tabletop. And gives you that place to be yourself. And Darth Vader is cool. Right? I mean,
no argument. You
wouldn't argue with him.
No, you wouldn't argue with Vader.
Arguably top 3 movie villains of all time, right? Or even just top 3 like fiction villains of all time, right? He's always going to fit in somebody's top 3. He has to, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there is something very pleasing and pleasant about having the thing that's yours, right? Like, I just did this one the other day. I was goofing off, and now it's going to be hard to see, which I'm sorry. But
oh yeah, he looks ace. Yeah,
that's very cool.
So I was just curious, like, what can you do with the kit with like? And I'm so sorry to everybody. My computer shut down, and I don't know what's going on. So we're doing this on my phone. I'm doing the best I can. I was curious what I could do with like 3 different kits. So this is Jedi, Empire, and Rebel kits, all kit bashed together. So like one leg is from the Rebel, one leg is from the Jedi, the waist is from the Jedi, and then of course I used the Sith probe droid, the Imperial probe droid, as a hat, just a helmet, just to give it that full-on Star Wars funky. I kind of imagine more like a Cal Kestis like character, like a Jedi bounty hunter on the run.
I was going to say bounty hunter, yeah. So like this, that's the fun of these customizable commander and operatives is that exploration and that kit bash potential, right? Mm-hmm.
It's tough to think about a kit bash of Vader, but it's very easy to think a kit bash of name the guy. What's his name?
Mm-hmm.
No, seriously, what's his name? Let's name him.
I mean, I don't know. You're more of a Star Wars guy than me. You could come up with a better Star Wars name than I could, Matt.
Preston. Does it need to have alliteration? Preston Crernock? Preston. Persona? I don't, we'll figure something. Anyway,
we'll figure something out. But I mean, when we
like, that's the fun of it.
Yeah, well, we play a lot of games, don't we, Matt? And some of the best battles we've had are not with the big name characters, but creating your own narrative. I mean, I've got one of my favorite kind of characters that I did a bit of converting on was a Warhammer miniature, a Death Guard Terminator Lord, and he like. I always want to take him because I remember the battles he's been in and kind of the foes he's fought. I remember him killing a tank and stuff, and it's like, you know, it's cool having like more Tyrant or whoever, but this is the guy who's always first on my list because, you know, he's not a big name character, he's my guy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Horus is cool. Like, these are very cool characters, but being able to take your character, like, you get so attached and like those stories become so sentimental.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I could totally see us having more of these, like from a design perspective, like, you know, like it's totally, the door is totally open now, right?
Fab. Excellent.
When it came to kit bashing it, was there much cutting involved, or, you know, the fairly universal kind of connection points, aren't there, in a lot of the kits?
So a lot of it's pretty universal. Like I trimmed off to make the Rebel torso fit the way I wanted it. It totally fit onto the Jedi legs, but I wanted it a little bit different stance. I had to cut the nub off and I had to trim the back, like his lower lumbar, just to get it in the position that I found pleasing. The most cutting was cutting this Jedi left leg off and then smashing that Rebel left leg in there and then using just a tiny amount of putty. And I'm no sculptor. I am not a sculptor. I faked it so much. I'm just like under close scrutiny, you're gonna be like, this skirt really shouldn't be like that. It should be like this. But I'm like, I don't know how to do it. I'm not good at cloth. I'm just gonna put a little putty there to hide the seam.
Yeah.
Call it a day. It works just fine.
Yeah.
I had to do a little trimming to make the cape fit onto this torso because that cape does not belong there. And then of course the head. That torso has like a little bit of collar, and so I just cut that collar off just so I could fit
it nice on his neck.
Just a nice snug. So a little bit of cutting, but nothing that I would consider advanced, right?
Yeah.
Like if you've done this for any length of time, you've probably done something similar enough.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And that's mine. I'm sure I know Schick has done a conversion on one, and he did no cutting, like he just put it together, right? Now, it might limit the number of parts or which parts are available by just putting it together, right? Obviously, cutting things up make more parts available.
Yeah.
But I think it's something totally anybody that's been in the hobby, or even if you haven't been in a hobby long, the best way to do something is messing it up.
Yeah.
Like, get stuck in, right? Get your clippers and just get in there and try it. Like, I would rather see somebody try it and not nail it to, like, you know, oh, well, I see here that you use the Bermudian technique of sculpting on this. Like, I don't know. It's more impressive that you tried it and you did it and you finished it, to me, than not trying it all.
Trying. Yeah. I mean, that's why I find it so difficult to get rid of sprues. It's like, there's an arm on that one. I might need it at some point in the future.
You might need that arm.
You never know. It's going to make me sorting out my conservatory much harder because I'm going to have to get rid of something. Not everything can stay, but it's going to be very, very difficult.
Those kits in particular are good for spare parts. I think the Empire one, I think you get two sets of cloaks, so you can have two different styles on there, a load of different arms, the little droids and stuff. Yeah, they've all gone in a bits box. They'll definitely get used at some point in the future.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I use those little bits. What did I use that? Oh, I did some fun conversions of the KX droid, right? The K2SO. We did the Riot Control Squad, right, for Empire. It comes with the two KX droids, and I just love those robots so much. I just love those droids. But I took the capes from the upcoming Shatterpoint kit, the assassin droids, right? And I kit bashed those onto Legion KX droid bodies. So now I just have characters with capes.
Nice.
And it was just a fun, can I do it, right? So yeah, you never want to throw bits away, right?
No,
Those are
absolutely,
good bits.
absolutely not. we'll just gonna quickly say a good evening to Andy in the chat there. He's saying, "Love the Christmas tree, Matt." You know what, Matt? I just haven't been looking at your camera, and I didn't even notice the Christmas tree there. Very very festive. I'm loving the ornaments. Any hobby on there? Is there any miniatures hanging off the branch?
Should be.
I've got to get some Christmas stuff over the weekend because apparently we've got an office dress-up competition on Monday, so I need to make my desk look festive, and it's anything but festive at the moment. So I'm gonna have to do something about that.
I like to get. Oh no, my phone's dead. Terrible. We're doing terrible today. No, we're doing wonderful.
I've messed up the audio. It's all good. It's all good. We're making it work.
We got it.
We've had fun, guys.
That's the most important thing.
That is all that matters. And I like the idea. You said putting a miniature on the tree. Maybe I need to paint a miniature and put a little hook,
why not?
screw right into the noggin.
Yeah, why not? Or you can get those empty baubles, and you can kind of put your own thing in it. I've seen people put miniatures in those.
Oh.
And maybe use like a clear resin as well to hold them and stuff. So there's lots of things you can do. I've not done any of that yet, but it's definitely something that's on my, especially for my son as well. I think that's something he'd really enjoy.
How good would a Empire snow trooper in a snow globe
that would be
on your
sweet.
Christmas tree? That would be wonderful.
We need a limited festive model for next Christmas now, Dallas, don't we?
Oh, a snow trooper with a little Santa hat.
Yeah.
Just got a big candy cane bonking stick or something.
Definitely. I can see the potential there. Definitely see the potential there. I mean, we've obviously spoken about the reveals and stuff, and obviously you've got all this insight. But if I was to ask you, if I put you on the spot and said, what is your favourite faction in your games? Let's start with Legion. What would you go for? What's true to your heart? You've mentioned Vader a few times.
Okay. I mentioned Vader because I love the story of Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
That's what literally 6 movies and Clone Wars is about, right? Is that story of Anakin from childhood to fall to redemption. And I'm a sucker for a good redemption story. So Anakin is, I just always thought Anakin and Vader, just very cool stories. I have a very hard time with favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Just personally, because I like to try to personally appreciate lots of things for lots of different reasons, right? This is why I like real bad movies, like just the worst horror movies. I'm like, that was entertaining and I loved every second of it. I don't care how poorly written or how poorly acted it was. I loved every second of it. But that said,
I suppose it's hard as well because, I mean, I'm sure you wouldn't, but if there was a particular faction, as a designer, you don't want to have a favorite and think, I'm gonna save that design for my faction. Let's not put it in. Let's not make it.
Definitely don't want to do that.
No.
You definitely don't want to do that, and because and the other thing is even something like you can find yourself being like, well, I don't really know this character. Or I don't really know this thing, right? And and then you get working on it, and you spend a bunch of time researching it. You spend time drawing it, right? You watch the sculpt be developed. You get to insight into rules, and you're like, oh, actually, I did read in this one issue this character did this. Wouldn't that be interesting? And then you get the miniature, and then you get to paint it, and next thing you know, you start to see the appeal that other people see, right?
Yeah.
You might tell me, oh, my favorite character is, I don't know, Glob Herman, right? And I might be like, well, I don't know, Glob Herman. But then take a step back from your own personal perspective, look at it from your perspective. What is it you like about Glob Herman? And then, like I said, I paint the miniature, I spend time researching it, and next thing I know, I'm like, okay, I get it, right?
Yeah.
I might not get the Glob Herman tattoo instead of a Spider-Man tattoo, but I totally get where you're coming from, and that's interesting. What an interesting character. I'm kind of like more interested again, right? We find ourselves a lot of times like, Pagani came into this like not really a comic book guy, and now like Onslaught is just like his thing. Like, and he finds himself reading about these characters that say he didn't know about. I mentioned the orb earlier, and then like people like the orb, like wow, and then like somebody online I saw said I saw that they teased the orb, so I went and read and like what the heck, this guy's amazing. Like, and it was just like because there's something interesting about them all, right? You just got to look for what it is.
Yeah.
And so favorites, I don't know. What do I play? I play Empire, Clones. I have a Shadow Collected Battle Force. I have a very small start of CIS, and eventually there will be Rebels for Legion. For Crisis Protocol, I have everything painted that's been released except for 12 miniatures.
Ooh, that is good going. Wish I could say that.
And some miniatures more than once. I think I have 3 painted Wolverines, two Juggernauts, 2 Rhinos, 3 Captain Marvels, 2 Apocalypse, 2 Thanos, 2 Ebony Maws. Like I have a bunch of Crisis Protocol. And when I play, I do gravitate toward like the play styles of like Sentinels, Dormammu, because I like big monsters.
The big
and
guys,
big robots.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for that stuff. But every now and then I'll just pull out I'll just be like Wizard Force, and I'll just put a bunch of like people that have magic.
Yeah.
And not even have I won't even have I might not even be running Convocation, right? I'll just be like magic people. This is magic people. Or Team Science, right? It's just who's a scientist? Doc Ock and Tony Stark, right? Team Science.
I remember when me and Matt first sort of dabbled. I mean, you dabbled in Marvel Cross Protocol longer than I have, Matt. But I remember Matt was kind of bringing me into it, and he was like, what kind of force would you want? Do you want Asgardians? And I was like, I want Doctor Strange, Spider-Man. Make that work for me, Matt. Like, who should I go for then? I just gotta have those 2 characters, maybe Captain America as well.
You've got so much freedom to do whatever you like, whether it's happened in the comics or not. Maybe it does in some, parallel universe. This team that's got together with your favourite characters. I think that's one of the things that appeals. You can draw on so many different iterations of the characters. I mean, you guys put out a few different variations of the characters based on different, flavours of the character. But that doesn't stop you picking up the vanilla Spider-Man and doing him in a really wacky out there scheme.
I totally agree. Like, you need a cape to put on Spider-Man to run with Doctor Strange is what I'm thinking. Like, you need Mystic Spider-Man, right?
That would be sweet.
Convert up Mystic Spider-Man. Why not, right? Like, have him winging. He's got a cape on. He's got maybe give him some power bands, or maybe give him a sling ring on his.
I'm liking these ideas for absolute sure. Andy's just put in the chat that he's just picked up 2 boxes of Rebels, Ezra, etc. for Shatterpoint, just to paint. And he also goes on to say, I'm just trying to get my hands on Rhino, then I've got the whole Spider Foes affiliation. Rhino's a really cool miniature as well, from the Spider Foes.
Rhino's such a good miniature.
I can see me painting quite a few. I want to paint quite a few of the Spider-Man stuff, not only because I like Spider-Man, but my son in particular. He's grown up watching Spidey and His Amazing Friends and stuff, so he really likes those characters. And when I've got my miniatures on the shelf, they're the ones he's drawn to. He's like, oh, it's Spider-Man. So yeah, I need to just get them painted. I've got too much unpainted Crisis Protocol that has to change. It has to change.
An hour a day. Let's get to painting.
Yeah, let's get to painting.
Challenge for Adepticon.
Next time we chat, Dallas, I'm gonna have a line of Cress's protocol to show off for you painted. That's the plan. Matt'll keep me on track.
Just start with your roster. With
yeah.
your roster. 10 characters. Who's your son's favorite or your kid's favorite villain for Spider Foes? Like, start right there, right?
Yeah. That's a tough one. Actually, I don't actually know who that is. I'll have to ask him. I know he really likes Ghost Spider, but who doesn't like Ghost Spider? So yeah. Matt, do you have a favorite faction and a favorite affiliation force for Marvel?
I mean, it's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy. I love the cosmic
Of course,
stuff.
yeah.
Don't I?
Yeah, you did
I've got
say.
a load of Asgardians as well. Basically, anything that's been in one of those cosmic comics, I've got the models for. But that, I do have a load of Spider Foes as well, though, because they're cool. That's the danger, though, isn't it? I've picked up so many models that I'm probably not using a game, but I just wanted to paint up as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Maybe we'll have to play like a bit of a campaign.
I've not played. There was somebody I just painted recently, and I've not played at all. And I was just, Spider Noir. I was just like so excited to paint Spider Noir, and I still haven't got him on table. But even if I don't, like, I had so much fun painting the miniature, and I think the miniature just looks so cool, and the character's just neat, right? So
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with just painting to paint, right?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, really looking forward to painting some more. Like I say, we'll have to get you back on, and hopefully I'll be able to show off. And Legion, of course. I want to get my Rebel Lines done. Have you got your eyes on anything after the Empire, Max? I mean, you can knock out an army in a week. So I'm sure this Empire aren't going to take you very long. What have you got your eye on next?
I'm sending you my army.
I can speed paint pretty quickly for an army. It might not be to your standard, Dallas, but they'll look good on the table.
Don't listen to him, Dallas. His painting is really good, and he does it like he's an. I'm sure that if you chip away that flesh, there's a robot under there.
Probably.
Yeah.
Just remember, done is done, and done is my favorite color.
There you go. That's good advice.
There you go.
But yeah, I was having a bit of a sort out, and I found a load of the old 2-player starter set for Legion with the Separatists and the clones in. So I was thinking, that stuff mixed with one of the new Separatist starter boxes, that'd be a nice little force.
Yes,
lots
it was.
Lots of droids. Get one of the tanks in there. You know what we need for Legion? Gungans. We do a Gungan affiliation for that. I'd be all over it.
I think most people agree with you, right? Like, everybody says it online, like, Gungans, like, and there's definitely space for it. And like Schick and I have always said, right, on a long enough timeline, right? Give us a chance. Give us a chance. Eventually, we're gonna get there, right? Like,
Yeah.
You know.
There you go. You heard it right here. Darth Jar Jar confirmed.
Well, I don't know about Darth Jar Jar.
You might have to convert him, Matt.
Yeah.
Before we
look at all those extra capes you got in the Empire box.
Exactly. Yeah.
There you go.
Their lightsaber from the Jedi pack. Yeah, this is it.
There you go. I think we are getting towards the end of tonight's stream. Just looking at the time. But we have this thing whenever we have guests on the podcast, or if we meet anybody at events, there are 2 super important questions that we ask everybody, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the name of our website. So I've got to ask you, Dallas, what is your favourite sprue, and what is your favourite brew?
My favorite sprue, like my favorite frame of miniatures. Oh my gosh, what a question!
People love this question.
That's an interesting question, right? Because you're not asking about the miniature. You're asking about the frame.
Sprue, yeah.
You're asking about
the extra parts, the way it goes together. Yeah, a bit of a different than favourite miniature.
That is an interesting question. And I hate to say this, but I think I have to say the Empire customizable commander and operative.
Yeah.
For the reasons we talked about, right? You get all these extra like little bits and doodads to just go crazy with and use for conversions and creating some stories, and like in places you might like like you said, the 4 capes, the little droid, the little extra arms and heads. Like I did a conversion here recently where I used one of the heads for just a completely different project, right? So I think that's a really good frame.
Yeah. If I was to pick something Legion, I would do the same, but for the Rebels, because I had so much fun. Like, I'm gonna have to buy another box of that because there's builds that I wanted to do that I didn't do. I'm gonna have to buy another box of them. So yeah, for me, that would be my favorite. I'm now asking myself the same question, but yeah, that for me, it would be my favorite sprue. Is that Commander kit? How about we move over to brew? What's your brew of choice?
And this is my favorite hot drink.
Yeah.
You're not ready for this.
Ooh.
Every single night I have a nice cup of hot Earl Grey tea with honey.
Okay. Well, there we go. Very sophisticated.
Just a cozy little cup of tea at the usually, what time is it? 2:30. So I got about 2 more hours before I start sitting on the couch going like, I think it's about tea time.
You need to add a nice biscuit or something to that, or maybe not with honey. Yeah, okay. Maybe actually, I might take that back. With honey, that might be a bit odd. But if it was just a standard Earl Grey, then maybe a biscuit wouldn't go amiss.
Yeah, I mean, I'm American, so, honey and a cookie is fine because we're American and we're monsters like that. But I get where you're coming from. But it is kind of like I think like I have a sweet tooth, like I have a monstrous sweet tooth, and it's sort of a way to like have something that's a little sweet. Like it's not a lot of honey, right? It's like a teaspoon of honey I drink pretty chunky mugs. Just a nice like little cut to like the that tartness, that bitterness of it. But I like that little bit of sweetness at the end of the day.
Yeah.
To like move me into my evening to play video games or to do a little painting. It's just pleasant.
Yeah, I think if I'm ever having a hobby session, a nice brew next to me is it's where the name originated from, wasn't it, Matt? We both love a brew whilst we're hobbying away. I could drink hundreds of them in a day, not just in the evening. I've done the whole putting paintbrush.
I drink coffee all day, coffee and water. Like, I love cocoa. Like I love a hot cocoa.
I can't remember the last time I had a hot chocolate. It's that season. So if I'm gonna have one, it's gonna be in the next few weeks, isn't it? But I can't remember the last time I had one. But I have to start my day with a coffee. I mean, that's an absolute must. Otherwise, I'm just not with it. I'm sat in the boardroom and I'm falling asleep.
Here's one. I just introduced my partner to this. It's something my grandma used to make for me. She would take milk, right, and put it on the stove. Also, have y'all talked to Schick? Both of him and I are very chefy, like, so we love cooking stuff. So you put a little pot on the stove with a little milk, right? And you just start warming it up, and then you add a little bit of sugar, just a little bit, just to sweeten the milk just ever so slightly, and then a couple of teaspoons of vanilla.
Oh,
just vanilla extract or like super fancy vanilla extract, whatever, and you warm that up, and you pour that in a mug, and you just have that as like a nice drink, like right before bed. Just warm, sweetened vanilla milk.
I mean, that sounds amazing.
That sounds really nice.
My grandma would make that for me, and it's like one of those things, like as a childhood, like she did a lot, and for a long time, do you ever have something for a childhood and then you like it suddenly comes back to you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
For me, it's cream soda. It must be the vanilla again. It just takes me back to childhood.
I love cream soda too. Oh, it's my favorite pop. But like a couple of months ago, it was just like one of those things that just popped in my head. I'm like, man, what was that thing my grandma used to make? Oh, it was like warm vanilla milk. And I told my partner, and she was just like, what are you talking about? Like, who does that? And I'm like, I don't know. Grandma did. So I made it. And then we're both just sitting on the couch. It's just like, we weren't even halfway done with the mugs, and we're both just like cozying into the couch like
I need
this.
to buy some vanilla. I'm seriously gonna have to buy some vanilla. That sounds absolutely delicious. Um,
It's
just
delightful.
Yeah, it sounds it. Just jumping over to the chat as we're starting to wrap up. Anonymous Rex, hello. It's great to see you in the chat. Unfortunately, you've joined us right at the end, unfortunately, but hopefully you can join us from the start for the next one. We are trying to make this kind of at least a bi-weekly stream. Anonymous Rex is currently organising the Pile of Shame, Pile of Potential.
Potential, please.
Organising the Pile of Potential. Still have Dominion, which I'm assuming he means the Age of Sigmar set. Andy says that does sound really nice. Vanilla milk, absolutely. An orange soda. Who loves orange soda?
It's a bit of a throwback, isn't it?
Bit of a
Keenan and Kel was
throwback.
that.
Keenan and Kel, yeah.
I love orange soda. I just had orange soda yesterday. No, wait, what is today? Today's Thursday.
Thursday.
Tuesday, I had the orange soda.
Excellent.
Have you ever had an orange soda float? I'm just gonna keep going. Y'all just gonna have to kick me.
No.
Have you ever had an orange soda float?
I haven't, but I feel I need to now.
No.
I bet the orange,
Yeah,
vanilla orange Coke. You can't get over it. You're going to get in the States. It's really nice. I guess it's a similar kind of taste then.
Well, no Coke, just orange pop and just whatever your orange pop is. I'm an orange crush person.
Okay.
Like I think orange crush is the superior orange soda. Just a big glass of orange crush and a scoop of ice cream. Done. That's it. Nothing more. Nothing less. So good. Like I mean, I love a root beer float as well, but just an orange crush float is so good.
So
good.
This might be controversial, but I can't eat ice cream mixed with anything. I couldn't
Really?
I couldn't have that. As growing up as a kid, obviously the big thing over here is to have like jelly and ice cream. No, I'd have my jelly in one bowl, my ice cream firmly in another.
And ice cream in the other bowl?
The two could not mix, unfortunately. Not for me. Not for me. Apple pie and ice cream.
I feel like-
no, it's got to be separate.
What? No.
It's just me. I can't mix my ice cream with anything. It can't happen. It's one of the most controversial things about me. That and my absolute hatred of Chris Boys. They're up there as like my most talked about. I don't know, things that are
And I
wrong
have
with me.
two questions.
Go on.
Can you do the sharp cheddar on the apple pie?
The what?
You look stumped.
Yes, I am. The what on the apple pie?
So sharp cheddar cheese.
Cheddar cheese? No,
Yes.
I would.
Yes, absolutely.
No.
No, I'm telling you. Yeah,
Oh, well,
look it
actually-
up. Google it. I'm
I
not crazy.
would try it because I love cheese and I love apple pie, but I wouldn't
I'm
ever
telling
have
you.
immediately thought of doing that. No,
Put
absolutely.
a slice of sharp cheddar cheese on pie. Warm it up so it starts to melt. Don't all the way. Not all the way. Just a little nice softening of that cheese. Oh, it's so delicious. Second thing, I feel like Matt's going to agree with me. Ice cream, cake, same bowl. Right at the end, you mix it all together.
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
No.
Yes, 100%.
No, absolutely not. Andy, Dave also has ketchup on a roast dinner. It's true. Absolutely true.
No.
Yeah.
Dave is, of course, a monster, as we've
Gra-
learned on this podcast.
I want to be honest. It mixes with the gravy, mint sauce if that's on there, the whole lot. Yeah, okay,
No!
yeah. Sorry, but I do enjoy that. To be honest, I never do it with people I don't know. So if I go out for like a roast dinner meal with family or something further than my parents and my sister, then I wouldn't do that because they might eject me out the pub or the restaurant or whatever. But at home, yeah, absolutely. I can't help it. I can't help it.
I mean, we all have like little weird things that we like, right? So it's no judgments.
Where
You do whatever you
I
want.
used to work by my desk, my colleagues had done me what started as a little poster next to my desk of all the weird things about me, and that became full. But that was one of the first things that went on there was the ketchup on the roast dinner, and then the crisp butties, and there was all sorts. I can't remember what else was on there now, but. I left it there as like a memory of me.
That is my favorite thing I just discovered about you is that you have enough weird quirks that they made a calendar about it.
That's me.
You're my new favorite person. You're my new favorite person.
I'll have
to.
I'll get one of my former colleagues to take a picture of it, and I'll have to send it over to you so you can see it. It's a true work of art that everybody enjoyed contributing to. Team building. Let's draw things that Dave finds odd that we find lovely. So yeah. If anybody came into the stream now, they'd be thinking, "Is this a hobby stream, or is this completely?" What? It's kind of gone off topic a little bit, but anyway, Dallas, it's been superb having you on. It's been an awful lot of fun. You've been an absolute gent. We've had a few technical issues. Apologies for the audio and things. Look, I think it just gives us a reason to get you back on.
I'm in.
I mean, I've got to show off my painted Marvel Crisis Protocol, right? And Matt'll probably have about.
I need to see. You promised me a roster, so I need to see the roster.
I've got to do it, and Matt'll have painted every Legion army going by that point, so he can show off those. And yeah, I think that sounds perfect.
Perfect.
We will be getting more of your stuff on the website as well. We're keen to get some Legion on there. I know we've got some content on the way, Matt. So look out for that. And yeah, it's been absolutely amazing talking to you guys. Thanks to everybody who's chatted along on the stream. Like I say, we want to make this a more regular thing to take over from the audio podcast. I know a lot of you have missed that. So yeah, we really enjoy doing these, and hopefully one day I'll actually do some painting myself. I should wrap up actually by asking you guys how you've got on during the stream before we say goodbye. Matt, how's your Stormtrooper looking?
Well, I've got about the black done on about 9 of the Stormtroopers, so not as much as I'd like to have done, but we're getting there. That's the time-consuming part, isn't it? All the little black trim inside. So,
yeah.
Getting there.
Yeah, and how's the Sentinel coming along?
You're probably not going to be able to see it. It's real subtle, but my Sentinel, I've mixed a little bit of the bright neutral gray and the plum from Monument, and I'm just slowly working the subtle shadows to create like a nice purple shade.
That is really nice
for these white armored Sentinels. So,
yeah,
and I have. So I got a long way to go.
Fair enough. Sentinel Force now.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, at that point, I think we'll call it an evening. If you have joined us late, don't panic. You can rewatch the whole stream from the beginning in our playlist. So make sure you do that. And yeah, we'll put out on our social media when we're next online. And again, we'll love to have you back on in the future, Dallas. Maybe in the new year to talk more Marvel and more Star Wars and more weird ice cream drinks. Not for me, but I'm sure we can find time to talk about that. But thanks everybody. Thanks, Dallas.
You're gonna give me Pete's knee high. That's what you're gonna learn about next time.
Okay. Thanks everybody. It's been a great stream. Matt, as always, been a pleasure. I'll catch you very soon. And yeah, speak to everybody soon. Bye.
Bye.